So there's new Unearthed Arcana. You have specifically said it's part one, which implies there may be a part two. Why suddenly are we calling it part one? Because I feel like there was a lot of Unearthed Arcana recently in 2019.
So we've decided, launching into 2020, to start calling each year's Unearthed Arcana something that involves the year. So this year it's Unearthed Arcana 2020. And we want to be able to have article titles that are a little less of a mouthful than some of our article titles last year, where we had things like, Wizard, Barbarian, Bard, Ranger, and just this long list. And so we decided if we do year in the title, the subtitle can be something simple like Subclasses Part 1. And again, implying that there will be a Part 2, because we can't resist noodling with subclasses and sharing them with the D&D community to see what everyone thinks.
Tell me about the first one. This is the one I am extremely excited for because I'm super gothy goth. I like werewolves and vampires, and this is very satisfying. It's a new barbarian subclass. What was the inspiration for this?
So the Path of the Beast is a barbarian subclass that digs into this fantasy of possibly having a lycanthrope ancestor, but also it could be used to do something a little less monstrous and create a character who might be descended from an archdruid, and you have inherited maybe a little bit of that wild shape magic. Whatever your origin, this subclass is all about entering your rage as a barbarian, and as you do so, adopting certain characteristics that are associated with a beast, hence the name, the Path of the Beast. Whether those are claws or a tail that you can whip around to hit people. This is for playing that barbarian who has, that animal inside, and it manifests visibly. Many of our barbarians have a story of primal rage that might be connected to different elements of nature. What sets the Path of the Beast apart is they're essentially wearing that primal power on their sleeve. You can see it. Their claws growing out.
Yeah.
They have a bestial visage, or there's a tail back there. In a way, it's a little bit of the shifter from Eberron sprinkled into the barbarian.
Right.
And then you can imagine actually a shifter having the Path of the Beast to really lean into that bestial legacy. The Path of the Beast also allows you to infect people that you're attacking with some bestial qualities.
Which I love.
And there we were inspired, and specifically this was it was a concept I shared with the team, which is often how we've been doing these subclasses. I will often come with a concept and say, hey, this is what I'd love to see, and then either I design it or someone on the team designs it. In this case, Dan Dillon took the concept and ran with it, and really delved into this idea of not only potentially infecting others, sort of the way a lycanthrope infects others with lycanthropy, but also the culminating feature of this subclass is being able to infect your allies with sort of recklessness. And really, in mechanical terms, you're letting your allies use the barbarian's reckless attack feature, which is potentially very juicy.
Oh, it's very juicy mechanically, and it's very juicy in roleplay when you have maybe a timid halfling that suddenly decides to get infected with that kind of almost lycanthrope rage.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
That's such a great
and
top tier power.
It could be skinned as a werewolf-like fury, but in the subclass we've provided a table where you can roll to see what the origin of your beast was. And that could include you were blessed by a fey creature to have this ability. So you can imagine that a barbarian who has that origin for their inner beast, when they're when they are inspiring their friends with this reckless fury, it might actually be something sort of bright and cheery, where everyone is so pepped up by the powerful nature magic of the Fae that they are able to now benefit from this class feature.
That feeling of being part of a pack
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
what you really kind of...
Yeah.
Which reminds me of the live game you and I were on. The
Yeah.
top pack thing that
Yeah.
happened there,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
So that's very convenient. I'm very tempted to make a bat barbarian, right? Like a werebat, and then like take a dip into the Swarm Keeper Ranger in UA as well, and just be bats.